I've had some awesome conversations this week around gifting to grandchildren. It's something that, grandparents are wanting to do more of. But there's a few considerations that I believe that people need to think about before they're doing that. And firstly, one is the timing. When should someone be given some money? When are they financially responsible enough to accept and do the right thing with obviously a decent sum of money? Now, the sums of money we've been talking about is anywhere from 10 grand up to $100,000. We have some people that have sold farms and they've got far more than what they need for themselves, for the next generation. So they're looking after the next generation down from their own children, that's their grandchildren. So obviously that's one consideration, is the timing, is how much, and also should the kids know about an impending amount of money down the track. So let me cover this off. Obviously how much obviously depends on people's wealth, well and far beyond what they actually need for their own retirement, without snooking their own children who may somewhat rely on some of their inheritance for their own retirement. But I think the main point for me is in this video is to consider when is the most appropriate time to be giving grandchildren their money. And in my view, I think they need to understand and respect money. And to do that, they need to work for money. They need to earn their own money. They need to save themselves. And I think once you start to work a week for your X amount of dollars, you then respect it rather than just being given money. So I think for me, somewhere between the ages of 25 and 30, which would more than likely coincide with house purchases and some of those more meaningful purchases where that money can have a real impact, rather than giving a large amount of money to an 18 to 21 year old is going to be driving a particularly nice car at a guess. You don't want that sort of money going into an asset that's going to depreciate and mean that they'll have higher debt down the track when they're trying to buy a home. The second really important point is, particularly if it's a larger amount of money, and I think about my clients that are keen and will give probably around $100,000. Now, they've always said we're happy with age 28 as a vesting date, so we will utilise an investment bond, which we can set a date when the grandchild receives it. Now, the issue here is, should the grandchildren know about this impending dollars? So, in my view, I probably think the answer is no to that, and the reason being that if they know there's going to be a substantial lump sum, and these kids at the moment around that sort of 10, 11 year age group, there's going to be nearly 2 decades worth of growth. So 100 grand is going to turn into a substantial amount. If they know that that's coming, will that affect, one, their respect for saving their own money, for making sure that they are responsible and respecting money they earn? Or if they know there's going to be a couple of $100 grand or 250, 300 in at age 28, does that mean they'll be flippant and not learn some of the key rules around money, and that is to spend less than you earn, and the ability to save and build up a nest egg for a deposit or for retirement or whatever. So they're the two key things that I think about is when they receive it, and if it's a large sum of money, either not initially but grows into a large sum of money, where's the upside in the kids knowing about it, and how will they behave with their own money if they know a lump sum's coming down the track? Just some thoughts, some case studies that I'm seeing. I hope we'll catch you next week in the next video. Cheers.